Welcome to Grade 10 Chemistry, Oxidation Reduction Reactions. When apple is cut and left for a few hours, a brown color is seen on apple. When iron bar or iron nail is exposed to air, brown flakes or brown coating is seen on surface. We call it as a rust. And rusting leads to corrosion of metal. The burning or combustion of coal, LPG and methane gas produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. If we observe all these cases, we can say it is due to oxidation reaction. Oxidation, as the word itself suggests, it is addition of oxygen. When apple is cut, oxygen is introduced into the tissues and the enzymes present in the apple get oxidized. When iron nail or iron bar is exposed to air, the water vapor and oxygen present in the air react with the iron metal, forming hydrated iron oxide or hydrated ferric oxide. This is called a rust. Now let us discuss some of the specific examples of oxidation. Copper metal react with oxygen forming copper oxide. Then magnesium burn in oxygen leads to magnesium oxide releasing heat and energy. And sodium metal react with oxygen forming sodium oxide. And metals react with oxygen forming metal oxide. If you look at all these cases, we can say oxygen is added to the metal. Copper powder when reacted with oxygen forming copper oxide and oxygen is added to copper. Magnesium react with oxygen forming magnesium oxide. Oxygen is added to magnesium. And oxygen is added to sodium forming sodium oxide. So oxidation is the gaining or addition of oxygen. The burning or combustion reaction of LPG gas and methane. The main component of LPG gas is butane, C for H10, and butane react with oxygen forming carbon dioxide and water molecule. And this case butane undergoes oxidation. And methane gas CH4 react with oxygen forming carbon dioxide and water molecule. And this also undergoes oxidation. Now let us see this reaction. Hydrogen sulfide react with oxygen forming sulfur and water. In this case, conversion of hydrogen sulfide to sulfur is considered as an oxidation reaction. Why? Here there is no oxygen is involved. Hydrogen sulfide do not gain oxygen. Instead of gaining oxygen, it loses its hydrogen and forming sulfur. So oxidation can be addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. If oxidation is the addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, what would be the opposite of these reactions? Consider these two reactions. The first one, sodium react with the hydrogen forming sodium hydride. In this case, there is no oxygen. Sodium react with the hydrogen forming sodium hydroxide. Here hydrogen is added to sodium. If hydrogen is added to sodium, it's a reduction reaction. So let us consider the second reaction. potassium chlorate undergoes reaction to form potassium chloride and oxygen. In this case, you can see oxygen is removed from potassium chlorate. And these two cases are examples of reduction reactions. In these cases, we will see hydrogen is added or oxygen is removed. This is just opposite of oxidation reaction. So reduction reaction is oxygen is removed and hydrogen is added. Now let us see what is redox reaction. The redox reaction, red for reduction, OX for oxidation. If reduction and oxidation reaction takes place simultaneously, it is redox reactions. Some of the examples are given below. Hydrogen sulfide react with oxygen forming sulfur and water. Hydrogen sulfide is converted to sulfur. Here hydrogen is removed. So if hydrogen is removed, it's oxidation reaction. And then oxygen is converted to water. Or to gain hydrogen, the gaining of hydrogen is called a reduction reaction. So the second reaction, lead oxide react with carbon forming lead and carbon dioxide. Lead oxide is converted to lead. Here oxygen is removed. If oxygen is removed, that is reduction reaction. And carbon gain oxygen to form carbon dioxide. The reaction which gain oxygen is oxidation. And the third example, zinc oxide react with carbon forming zinc and carbon monoxide. Zinc oxide is converted to zinc and here it is removed oxygen. If oxygen is removed, that is reduction reaction. And carbon gain oxygen to form carbon monoxide. If oxygen is gained, it's oxidation reaction. So this reaction, carbon converted to carbon monoxide, is oxidation reactions. Iron oxide react with carbon forming iron plus carbon monoxide. Iron oxide, when it react with carbon, iron oxide removes oxygen. When oxygen is removed, it's reduction reaction. And carbon is converted to carbon monoxide. Carbon gain oxygen, so it is oxidation reaction. Then the fifth one, copper oxide react with hydrogen forming copper and water. Copper oxide is converted to copper. Here oxygen is removed. If oxygen is removed, it's reduction reaction. And hydrogen gain oxygen and forming water molecule. So this is oxidation reaction. Then the sixth one, manganese dioxide react with hydrochloric acid forming manganese chloride and chlorine. Here manganese dioxide is converted to manganese chloride. The oxygen is removed. If oxygen is removed, it's reduction reaction. Then hydrochloric acid is converted to chlorine. Here hydrogen is removed. The reaction in which hydrogen is removed is oxidation reaction. So the last one, seventh question. Hydrogen sulfide react with chlorine forming sulfur and hydrogen chloride. Try to solve this question. Here hydrogen sulfide loses hydrogen, so it's oxidation reaction, and chlorine gain hydrogen, it is reduction reaction. Now let us see what is an oxidizing agent and a reducing agent. A substance that is oxidized is the reducing agent. The substance that reduced is an oxidizing agent. Consider these two redox reactions. The first one, lead oxide, when reacted with a carbon, forms lead and carbon dioxide. Lead oxide is converted to lead. Here, oxygen is removed. The reaction in which oxygen is removed is the reduction reaction, and the carbon gain oxygen and form carbon dioxide. The reaction in which oxygen is gained is the oxidation reaction. Here the lead oxide undergoes reduction, so lead oxide is an oxidizing agent. The carbon undergoes oxidation, so carbon is the reducing agent. Then copper oxide treated with hydrogen forms copper and water. Copper oxide is converted to copper. Here also oxygen is removed and the reaction is reduction, and hydrogen gain oxygen and form water. So here is oxidation reaction. As copper oxide undergoes reduction reaction, it is an oxidizing agent. As hydrogen undergoes oxidation, hydrogen is the reducing agent. So let us remember this. Oxidation is the gain of oxygen or removal of hydrogen, whereas reduction is loss of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. A substance that is oxidized is the reducing agent and reduced is the oxidizing agent. Thank you.